A city stands at the center of three religions: Jerusalem, sacred to Christians, Muslims, and Jews. In 1095, a call echoes across Europe. The Pope speaks. Christians must take back the Holy Land. What follows will become known as the Crusades. But here's the question. Were the Crusades justified, or were they something else entirely? As you watch, you decide. It begins with a speech. Pope Urban II calls on Christians to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. He promises spiritual rewards, remission of sins, for those who join. Thousands respond: knights, nobles, peasants. They march east. For many, this was more than war. It was a religious mission, a pilgrimage with a purpose. They believed they were fighting for God. But belief alone doesn't tell the whole story. In 1099, Crusaders reached Jerusalem and took the city by force. What followed was brutal. Many of the city's inhabitants, Muslims and Jews, were killed. The streets ran with blood. So ask yourself, can a war be justified if it ends like this? And this was only the beginning. Over the next 2 centuries, multiple crusades were launched. Some aimed at Jerusalem, others targeted different regions, including other Christians. Over time, motives began to shift. Power, land, and wealth became part of the equation. Not every crusader was driven by faith alone. Meanwhile, on the other side, Muslim leaders responded. One of the most notable was Saladin. A skilled and respected leader, he united Muslim forces and recaptured Jerusalem in 1187. Unlike the earlier conquest, Saladin allowed many Christians to leave peacefully. So consider the contrast. Different leaders, different choices, different outcomes. But the Crusades were not only about conflict. They were also a point of contact. As Europeans traveled to the Middle East, they encountered advanced Muslim civilizations. They were exposed to new ideas in medicine, mathematics, science, and philosophy. Over time, some of this knowledge made its way back to Europe. So even in conflict, exchange was happening. So what were the Crusades really about? Religion? Yes, but also power, territory, influence. They were shaped by belief, but also by human ambition, and their impact lasted far beyond the battlefield. Trade increased, ideas spread, but so did distrust. The effects of the Crusades can still be felt today. So, were they justified? Some saw them as a holy duty. Others see them as violent expansion. History doesn't give a simple answer. It gives evidence, it gives perspectives, and it leaves the judgment to you. So now the question is yours. Were the Crusades justified, or were they driven by something more?